Today, we're looking at Solomon Asch's famous conformity experiments from 1951 and 1955. These studies were designed to answer a simple question. Would people go along with a majority opinion even when the group was obviously wrong? To get the most out of this presentation, follow along with the notes scaffolding provided. I suggest you pause the video from time to time to keep up. Also, I'll put this icon on the screen for 3 seconds. When you see it, you may wish to pause the video for a class discussion or to look up something. You've just started at a new school and you're walking home with some of your classmates. And as you pass a local supermarket, they say to you, if you want to be part of our group, you have to go through initiation. And the first thing is to shoplift some sweets for us. Now, straight away, you have a problem. You're an honest person and you've never stolen anything, but you're also the new kid on the block and you desperately want to be accepted. And you definitely don't want to be called a coward. So what do? Steal and be accepted by the group, or keep your integrity and risk being a social outcast? Whichever way you answered, what you're experiencing here is group pressure to conform. So, what would you have done, and why? Conformity doesn't always mean doing something negative. Picture this. You see someone being bullied, and then you notice a person who you admire going to their aid, so you decide to step in too. Not because it's the right thing, but because you want to be seen to identify with the person you look up to. That's a type of conformity. In this situation, the second person steps in because she wants to be seen to be doing the right thing. That's self-serving, obviously, but does it also count as pro-social? What do you think? Asch recruited 123 American male college students and told them they were taking part in a vision test. In reality, the study was about majority influence. Each participant was placed in a group with 6 to 8 other people. But what they didn't know was that these other people were Confederates. Everyone sat in a row and was shown 2 cards. The first card had a single line. The second had 3 comparison lines, labeled A, B, and C. One of these clearly matched the first line. The task was easy, and when participants were tested alone in the control condition, errors were below 1%. But during the real experiment, the Confederates were told to give the same wrong answer on 12 out of 18 trials. These were the critical trials. The question was whether the real participant would conform to the group, even when the group was clearly incorrect. So what do you think the mean conformity rate was in these experiments, and why? Asch found that conformity was quite high. Across all critical trials, these are the ones where the Confederates gave the wrong answers, the naive participants gave the wrong answer about 32 to 37% of the time. And 75% of them conformed at least once. Afterwards, many said that they knew the answers were wrong, but didn't want to stand out or be rejected. And this shows the role of what we call normative social influence, or NSI. Then, in 1955, Asch conducted further studies to explore 3 variables that affect conformity. The first was group size. When there was only 1 Confederate, conformity was very low. With 3 Confederates, conformity rose to about 31%. But adding more had little extra effect. And this showed that a small majority is enough to produce pressure. Next was unanimity. And that's where everyone in a group agrees about something. So as soon as 1 Confederate disagreed with the majority, whether they gave the right answer or just a different wrong answer, conformity fell sharply to around 5%. And this demonstrated the power of social support. The final variable was task difficulty. When Asch made the lines more similar in length, conformity increased because the task became harder. This created ambiguity, meaning participants were unsure of the correct answer. And in such situations, people are more likely to rely on what's known as informational social influence, or ISI, looking to others for guidance when they feel uncertain. Asch's research showed how strongly social pressure from a group can influence behavior, even in simple tasks with obvious answers. In my next video, we'll evaluate Asch's conformity research. But to conclude this one, here's another discussion question, and it is, Asch showed that people may follow the majority even when the majority is wrong. How could this insight help us improve decision-making, safety, or ethical behavior in real-world settings?